In our art lesson today, we're going to learn how to print using fruit or vegetables. Let's get started. To make my prints, I've had a look to see what leftover fruit or vegetables I have, and I've found some vegetables in the fridge that need using up. The first thing we need to do is cut them in half, so you may need to ask a grown-up for help. I've cut my pepper in half so that it has a nice flat smooth surface and we'll be able to print with that. I'll also try using this bulb of garlic, remembering to cut it safely or ask a grown-up to help. And finally, I have a potato, which is quite plain. What we can do with the potato is we can actually carve into it to make different patterns. So I think I'm going to make some zigzag lines into my potato. And we should be able to make some nice patterns using this. You could also cut shapes using potatoes, so cut carefully into the end of the potato. I'm going to make a triangle and then I'm going to turn it round so that I cut just a small way down. So that we make our shape. And then you can make repeat patterns using the shapes that you've made. Okay, so I have my different vegetables that I can use for printing. The next thing I'm going to need is some paint. So I'll get my paint ready and my paper. Okay, so I have my liquid paint and I've got a nice magenta or a bright pink colour that I think I'm going to use for my pepper. So I'm just squeezing out as much as I need. I don't want to use too much. And then I'm going to use a brush and I'm going to wipe off some of the paint and I'm going to paint onto the edge of my pepper. So you can either do it by painting the edge or you could dip the vegetable into the paint. So covering all of the edge of the pepper with the paint, and then you can turn your pepper over and place it onto your paper and gently press it down. Wiggle it into place slightly, and there we have the pepper shape. It hasn't quite got the middle of the pepper, so I'm going to try and put a bit more paint on it and see if I can get that shape. Press it in the middle. I can then cover the whole of the pepper again, and I think this time I will try dipping it in the paint, see if it's a bit better. So dip the pepper in and then press it on the paper. Dip again and press on the paper until you've made a nice pattern all the way across your paper. If you wanted to, you could make a picture from your prints. You could arrange them into a certain shape if you wanted. You could use rainbow colours and make a rainbow, or you could try and make a face out of your vegetables by arranging them into a face shape. So I think pepper would make a really good mouth actually. You could maybe try that. For my next pattern, I think I'll use the same pink again, but I'm going to try using the potato and see what patterns we can make using that. So I'm going to dip the potato into the paint and then I'm going to see if we can print a pattern going across the page. If it starts to run out of paint, just dip it in again. You can also use the brush to spread it out more and create your nice patterned paper using the potato. Keep going until you've covered all of your page, and you could even use your paper to make a card or wrapping paper or anything that you want to pattern on. We have a nice zigzag pattern. I think this time I'm going to try using the garlic, and because it's quite small I'm going to brush the paint on. And again, just press it down on the paper. You get that nice garlic shape pattern on your paper. You can create lines, or you could create circles. Experiment with the different types of patterns that you can make. You can use different colours if you like. I'm just sticking with one colour, but if you wanted to do different colours you could do. Experiment and see what different effects you can make and what different patterns you can create.